Betrayal. Unexpected attacks happen. Omni Goku was about to eliminate Black Frieza, who had teamed up with Yujiro the Annihilator. At that moment, Goku is attacked from behind by an unexpected enemy. Goku sees a dark hand that resembles Beerus across his body. Goku, in his Omni Ultra Instinct form, says, "Who are you? Who's here? I don't understand. What do you mean you got here without me even feeling your energy?" Beerus watches and speaks. "So, he was by your side this whole time. You mean this time he didn't decide to stay on the planet of the Destruction Cats? Finally, you are here, Sep." At that moment, Goku teleports and quickly tries to heal the wound that had been inflicted by the mysterious warrior using his celestial energy. A dark-furred wreck cat began to laugh and speak. "If it weren't for me, you'd be in hot water, wouldn't you, Frieza?" At that moment, Yujiro starts to laugh and says, "I knew you would come here. It seems that reinforcements have arrived, because otherwise Panzerot and Zaki would be lost. Haha, good. Zaki, can you still fight?" Zaki, broken and lying on the ground, looks at Yujiro. His body was totally broken by the Kamehameha he had suffered by Goku. Zaki says, "You must be kidding me. As soon as I recover, not only will I finish them all off, I will also finish you off." At that moment, Panzerot, fully weakened, says, "I make Zaki's words my words. I need to recover. I'm very weakened. If I continue on this battlefield, I will suffer the consequences." At that moment, Panzerot observes and speaks. "Who is this cat of destruction? I don't remember him back when Beerus was the god of destruction." Yujiro starts laughing and says, "Good, he will soon introduce himself. Our dear friend Set." Beerus watches and starts to smile and says, "Looks like you've got it all figured out, don't you, brother?" At that instant, Frieza starts to laugh and speaks.
"Does that mean then that you really came? Beerus the Destroyer must be very happy to see you. Ha 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 ha. The legend about Beerus's brother, the third brother of the Cat of Destruction, the one who is truly the most powerful Cat of Destruction. Ha ha, Set is here again. Very insightful. I mean, then it looks like this really is the end for Goku and his friends from Universe 7.
Vegeta was weakened while Goku was analyzing what was happening. Goku says, "But what was it? Does Mr. Beerus have a third brother more powerful than he is? Why didn't he say any of this to us in the midst of everything he told us about the Celestial War? What is happening?" Broly was just watching. Gohan says, "It seems that things are very complicated here. Every hour another warrior from another universe appears. I cannot understand. Each time a different being appears. I need to think. Perhaps if we were in the enemy camp, it would be a good time to retreat. Even the enemies that appear coming here, we don't know them. What is the power level of each one? So it's a little complicated for us to make a decision. Come on, I need to think. Maybe I'm the warrior who has more strategic thinking here for the battle. My father, in many moments, begins to act with emotion." At that moment, Yujiro laughs and speaks. "Haha, we only have a small deal. This is a war. We knew that there would be deaths for both sides. You are already at a greater disadvantage. How about you just let us peacefully capture you, Son Goku? This would avoid unnecessary deaths, at least for the time being." At that instant, Goku says, "Haha, you think you can do what you want here? You will not be able to resolve this situation here with us. We are prepared to die if necessary, but the objective is to finish you off and put an end to this war." At that moment, a great Hakai energy is released in the middle of planet Earth, causing half of the location where Goku was fighting to disappear. At that moment, Goku notices and says, "What was that? Everything seems to disintegrate very quickly." Yujiro starts to laugh and says, "Typical of Set's personality. He doesn't forgive anything." Beerus watches and says, "You damn. You haven't changed at all." Set began to act. Alright partner, why don't you whack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Z Warriors. Let's get back to it. Gohan begins to analyze the situation and speaks. It seems that there is no use, we will have to interfere. Broly using his berserker form and Gohan only using his mystic form. Gohan was out of energy to be able to use his beast mode form. At that moment, Gohan was trying to hit Set, Beerus's third brother. Beerus speaks. "Stop it, you brats. If you keep trying to attack with that weakened power level, he will end up killing you in a short period of time." Beerus tries to charge directly at Set, but Yujiro appears and speaks. "No way, you said you would fight me, so let's not solve this situation between us." At that moment, Vegeta starts to rage and his body starts to change color. Beerus watches and starts to smile. At that moment, Goku returned again to increase his powers. Yujiro speaks. "Like this? Did he manage to get even stronger? Did he manage to raise his power even further? This doesn't make any sense. Moments ago, he had taken Set's blows." Black Frieza just stares and talks.
This is more complex than I thought. Maybe it wasn't smart for me to attack Beerus myself. This Yujiro guy is a sadist and doesn't seem at all that trustworthy. I don't serve anyone's orders. Maybe it's interesting for me to just watch. Ha 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 ha.
Beerus teleports in front of Frieza and speaks. "If you have an ounce of respect for Universe 7 and want redemption, maybe I'd change sides here and now. If not, you're about to be eliminated by me, the Great Destroyer." Frieza starts laughing and says,
"Well then, Mr. Beerus, of course I'll stand by you. Don't you think I would want to challenge you? You are the Great Destroyer, aren't you? I would never do that."
Frieza, with a sarcastic look, starts to laugh. At that moment, an enraged Goku launches a huge Kamehameha directly at Set. Goku says, "Magnified 100 times Kamehameha!" Set escapes with great ease. Goku speaks. "I'm done with all of you. Mr. Beerus, after we're done with these guys, we need to talk." A large spirit bomb began to be created by Goku. Everyone wonders, how did he manage to make that energy in such a short time? Yujiro changes his face and says, "This guy's really crazy. If this power is really released here in this short distance, we will all turn to dust. Haha, it's getting more and more interesting." Just as Yujiro and everyone were going to take the hit in battle, Goku is surprised and says, "What can't be?" At that moment, Kai, the Angel of Universe 14, appears on the battlefield holding Gon asleep on his back. Kai says, "Ha ha ha, you guys are finished. Gon, I think the High Priestess would be very pleased to see. This boy has the power of an angelic Saiyan, and I believe that is more than what we need." The Priestess Sakai wanted Goku's power so badly, but she never imagined that she could have a hybrid Saiyan and angel son. This is perfect. Goku seizes his attack and says, "What?" At that moment, Kai sees that Banzerot and Zaki were completely knocked out on the battlefield. Kai watches and says, "Set and Yujiro, I believe that now it will be with you two. I'll go back to the palace of the great priestess Sakai and take these two that are completely destroyed. Wow, what a beating you took. Come with me, Zaki and Banzerot, then we'll talk." Kai continues laughing and says, "Ha ha ha, that's because you said you would be the first to capture Son Goku." Goku advances to attack Kai and says, "Give back Gon, you miserable oaf!" At that moment, Kai creates a celestial energy and teleports directly to the Grand Priestess's palace. Goku, in disbelief, says, "Gon, they captured you. It's not possible." Gon, the third son of Son Goku with the celestial angel Vados, was captured. At that moment, Yujiro starts laughing next to Set and speaks. If I were you, I would think more problems to worry about. Set starts to smile, and already on the other side, Yujiro speaks. If you want to go to them, just defeat me. Goku starts to smile and says, You don't have to say that twice. At that moment, a huge explosion happens. Beerus begins to observe and sees that Vegeta's body has received the fury of the Saiyan Supreme God. Beerus says, So that's how the Dragon God Zephyr spoke. The energy of the Saiyan God of War, Yamazaki's energy, is surging over Vegeta's body. Vegeta's body suffered an anomaly and began to turn red in color. Goku watched and spoke. What's happening to you, Vegeta? To be continued. Alright partner, it seems that things are getting more and more intriguing here. Regardless of what it is, it's more than important that you share your thoughts in the comments below so we can get into a crazy debate. Whack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. That's all there is to it, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.